EA's had a pretty bad year, at least in the headlines. That's thanks in large part to Star Wars Battlefront 2 and their heavy-handed loot boxes. And as Metacritic have just dramatically pointed out, the number and quality of the games have taken a hit as well.
Way back in 2016, EA held the #1 spot on Metacritic's major publisher category in its annual publisher rankings. With the release of very good actually shooter Titanfall 2 and a great new IP in Unravel, EA managed to surpass the likes of Square Enix, Nintendo and Sony on Metacritic's comprehensive rankings that year. But things were very different for the publisher in 2017. Metacritic has just revealed its rankings of major publishers for last year, and EA did not even feature in the list. The publisher rankings is a list of 12 companies, including the likes of Telltale Games, Koei Tecmo, Capcom, as well as the usual suspects like Sony, Nintendo and Ubisoft. The table is topped this year by Bethesda Softworks, who've got the highest average Metascore thanks to games like Wolfenstein 2, Prey and The Evil Within 2, which Metacritic says are all ranked highly. And EA isn't even on the list. They've fallen from holding first place one year to not even figuring on it the next.
EA is instead featured on Metacritic's list of mid-sized publishers for 2017, and even then, it's only in 5th place. Metacritic said EA normally lands in our major publishers list. A year ago, in fact, it ranked #1 on that list, but a decreased release slate in 2017 led to a demotion to our mid-sized publishers chart. Damn son, you've been demoted. F***ing hell. Demotion. EA been demoted.
They've been relegated. The people who make football games, that's funny.
The quote goes on. Metacritic users trashed almost all of EA's releases. That's Metacritic's words, not even ours, not even us saying that. They trashed. Our users trashed this, trash. Again, the quote continues, the company's many 2017 disappointments included Need for Speed Payback and Star Wars Battlefront 2. So in 2017, EA's Metascore average fell dramatically, and the publisher's rate of critically approved games nosedived from 79% to just 48%. EA's best game of 2017 was the Safe as Houses FIFA 18, which has a Metascore of 84.
Now, Microsoft is another company that fails to appear on the top publishers list, but that's probably more to do with the lack of games at all rather than a lack of quality games. It appears on the mid-sized publisher list just like EA, and it dropped 9 places in 2017 to 12th.
I wasn't aware that Microsoft were releasing the games, Mike, but they must have.
It was
right?
Forza, or was it Forza? Was there a Forza game?
Was there like a Halo kind of wars? That's how memorable they are.
But I think that's a better excuse. I think it's saying, well, we can't, we didn't really make many games, so that's why we're not on the top publishers list, because you'd expect Microsoft to be up there. EA made some games, but they're just not good enough, and they're just not in the top there with all the big bosses. It's a sorry state for EA. This isn't what people want. They've got the Star Wars brand, which I keep banging on about. They should be pumping out awesome Star Wars games. They're not. Their highest scoring games are sports titles. FIFA is the highest rated game for last year for them, and it was like Madden a couple of years before or something. So the fact that the sports titles are among the best games that they've got is quite depressing given how many other different types of games they could be doing. Why aren't they making good games?
Yeah, if they're worried about releasing a lot of Star Wars games to get low scores, they can't even use that as an excuse anymore because they're getting low scores across the board anyway. So just pump out some more Star Wars games. They can't be worse than what you're doing now, basically. But when it comes to Microsoft and their excuse, I don't think they've got an excuse. You can't condone it at all. You need games, Microsoft. What are you doing? Do they even deserve to be on the list?
But it's like if you're in a race and it's like EA are like 5th or something and Microsoft are 7th, and Microsoft's like, yeah, we're 7th, but we've not even been putting our foot on the pedal for a lot of the time. We've just been coasting, and we're still only 2 places behind you. It's still not good though.
Some race that is though. Some race that
what a shit race.
Yeah. Worst race in the gaming history. Make a game out of that one. Might get a better Metacritic score. So what was the last EA game that you actually really enjoyed? Let us know down in the comments below. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new around here. Check out another one of the videos on your screen there, and support us on Patreon if you're pretty good as well. We will see you again in the next video. Until then, bye for now.